listening to the Cubecast.
Welcome back to the Cubecast. On this episode, we have the gang. Welcome back, Christy and Tom. Tom. Also, Rylan, Ben, and Tyrion. There he is. Yeah, we're just gonna have some light topics about PK in the community, what's going on, and the world at large, basically.
Yeah,
the large world.
Just note, we're missing Jesse, one member here.
MIA. He's probably like doing some kind of huge precision somewhere.
Drunk, 100% drunk or high, doing a huge precision.
That's awesome. I haven't drunk trained with him before. Christy like grabs a bottle of champagne out of her backpack, just bottles it. I'm good. Let's go.
So yeah, how's everyone doing? What's going on with you?
I'm doing really well. I do some home training sometimes. I do the knees over toes guy. He's really awesome. Like I just picked apart, cherry picked some stuff, and I was text Tom on my third day. I'm like, are my legs supposed to feel this way? Like it feels like they're engaging. It was super funny. So like the bottom of the teardrop of my quad, and then the top, like from the glute hip bone to like the quad up there, were just like aching from just doing like weird kind of like sissy squats, and then like changing your foot when you do a deadlift, and then going up against the wall, and then having your heels out, and then raising your toes, and just like
head raises.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did some plyos right after, just like some really cheap short ones, like nothing too crazy. And, it hurt. Like, I haven't done it since.
Don't train through pain.
No, I don't do the plyos anymore, but like I still do the knees over toes, like 3 things I picked apart there. And
I know, Tyrion, you're doing that or incorporating that into your training, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like one of the main workouts I do right now, like a couple times a week, is basically like all stuff from him, and then a lot of slacklining. I set up a slackline. I've been spending a lot of time on that.
Hey, let's go.
Tom, I just bought 2 for the company, just so you know.
Yeah.
That's a vibe right there. Jeez.
Yeah, and then just like lots of tricking on the grass. I haven't been really feeling like I've got like my family has like a parking pad that's concrete. So like theoretically I could do concrete stuff. But honestly, it's summer and it just feels so nice to just have like a barefoot tricking session on the grass in the sun. It just feels so good. So I've been doing that.
Good on you.
Lots of calisthenics still. That's about it, honestly. I kind of just alternate. I'll do like a leg something. So I'll like either do tricking or slacklining or workout, and the next day I'll do like some calisthenic stuff, and I'll go back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of been it though.
How about you, Ben and Rylan? Have you looked into that knees over toes guy? Or have you done any of those exercises?
I've seen his stuff on, I think, like some like Instagram reels. Oh no, the YouTube shorts.
Oh yeah.
But I haven't like incorporated any of it just because I don't
Same
really.
kind of thing goes for me.
I haven't really seen the point in it personally for me, just because I'm never getting injured like with my lower body. So maybe like once I do get injured, then I'll start doing that because he seems like a smart guy for sure.
I just want to get like increase my jump, and seeing how that dude jumps is wild.
Me too.
I haven't seen him jump.
Man, it's ridiculous.
Okay, I thought his stuff was more like, from what I've got, it's like I've just thought it was like mobility stuff. Like
no, it's specifically for like basketball, like being able to dunk.
Vertical.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that.
His jump is crazy.
Check it out, Ben. You won't
I should check that out then.
you'll be satisfied looking at that.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
it's just different ways, like through like physiotherapy and the thought that the body is built this way and you shouldn't be doing that. When incidentally, it should be doing like knees over toes just to get that dorsal flexion and blah blah blah, and engaging the hamstring and the quad.
Good idea to get strong in weak areas. Who would have thought?
It's
Right?
Tom,
What a weird concept, right?
you're
Don't
hilarious.
ignore it. So yeah, since we're talking about training here, and that we're a group that I'd say usually we're the ones training together. How do you think training in a group impacts you all for training? Like, is it a good thing? Does it motivate you more or less? Do you want to avoid a group?
Definitely a good thing for me.
Yeah.
To get to like definitely helps me with creativity, I find a lot, and just like expanding on lines, because most of the time I'll just look at like one thing, like one jump, and like, oh, there's like a concrete or whatever, and just work on that. But like I feel like training with the group, I can actually build on it and kind of build up the thing, get clips.
Right. Helps with creativity.
Yeah, same here. Usually, well, training by myself, I usually do. I usually just do conditioning stuff like climbing and like pull-ups and just plyos or whatever. And then when I'm training with people, I do it more just for fun, I guess. Doing like Rylan said, getting clips and whatnot, and like building on lines and building off other people's challenges and whatnot. So yeah, right now, just kind of, I still like conditioning just because it's fun to keep the momentum going of like doing it every day.
Right.
Because once I stop doing it, at least, I can definitely feel the effect on like just how I mentally feel, throughout the day. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. If I miss a day of yoga, I beat myself up over it. So
yeah,
like 17 minutes. I can't do 17 minutes in the morning. Like when I miss one, I kind of get down on myself. I'm like, whatever. Like you can have a day off. You're like, I have these like other things. So what, dude? Chin ups in the backyard. Do some other line work. Yeah.
Yeah.
I struggle with training. I like beat myself up over it.
Do you feel like it's a safety thing, like not train alone? Like you prefer to have someone there if you're going to actually go for more serious things then?
For myself?
Anyone.
No,
yeah.
I wouldn't chance it.
Yeah.
Like going like too big, training on my own. But you never know. Like, I mean, sometimes your foot just doesn't move that way and then it rolls and now you have a skateboard and you're trying to get home and it's like, how is that possible? No, I totally get it.
I definitely like train differently when I'm training by myself. Like there's generally a lot less energy, but if I'm training by myself, I'll like turn on some tunes, put in my earbuds, and that usually makes like quite a big difference, honestly. True. But like I'll never have like a 4-hour session by myself.
Yeah.
But if I'm like training with people, there's a good chance that we're just gonna like get excited about something, end up spending like an hour and a half on a stupid challenge, and then be like, okay, we should probably train.
So true.
And then you train for an hour, and then after you've trained for an hour, you're like, yo, like there's a big field of grass, like let's trick for a while. You end up tricking for an hour, and then you like stretch for half an hour, and it's like it's
so
been a
true.
whole evening, you know? Yeah. So I definitely prefer that, but also like training by myself is okay. Yeah, a lot more tricking though, a lot less like big parkour. Like I would agree with Ben. I definitely will like hold back a little bit on the really big stuff that I'm like really pushing my limits in a way where I could potentially fall and hurt myself. I'll definitely hold off on that if I'm training alone.
Yeah, it's pretty key to have someone else there that can call 911, right?
That would be nice.
I mean,
that would be
it's not even just that. It's just like building off. I mean, that's the obvious one, but like building off of other people's energy, you know.
Yes.
Or like for me, sometimes like if I'm training with like Jesse or whatever, because I have been recently, and he says like, yeah, I don't think that's possible or whatever. Like, I don't think you can do it. Like that motivates me to like Jesse, you're wrong. Like it is doable and you could do it easy, you know, and I'm going to show you how easy it is. So that's how I work. Even with like people walking by, like whenever there's a guy that's like, oh, you're too pussy, bro, you can't do it. And then I'm like, yes, that's what I need. And like, those are the moments where I perform my best is when people tell me I can't do it. It's like super cliche, but it's like, that's literally how my brain works. If someone's like, yeah, man, you got it super easy. Like you've been training like 6 years, you got this easy. Like, that's when I'm like, that's when I doubt myself the most. It's funny.
Oh, this is good to know. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, exactly. Me too. I'm going to use it again.
Looking forward to this.
All the time. No, you can't do it, man.
Not a chance, Ben. It's never happening.
I feel like do that to you anyway. It's like, what do you mean? It's just like Tuesday night in the gym, as if you can't do this.
Right?
See that parkade, the 3-story drop from the parkade? Yeah, there's no way you can do it.
No way, bro.
No way. No.
All right,
No.
bro,
Ben
just
just
give me
curls
a
his
Red
hair.
Bull. Give me a
You
Red
can't do
Bull.
that. Not tonight, anyway.
Yeah, this is like barely on topic, but somebody got stabbed in the parkade the other day at the Forks, and I was just thinking about like I train there by myself late at night all the time.
Oh,
And I'm like, oh no.
man. But that probably freaks them out. This guy like doing all this crazy shit anyway. It's like, no,
Yeah.
like this guy's not a threat.
Or I am a threat. I'm the biggest threat.
Oh yeah.
You best be scared. I'm gonna do like a
Mhm,
360 drop kick or something like that.
There's
Bro,
like
you have the
multiple
skill. You
ways
have the
of
most
a parkade.
valuable skill of escaping. I don't think you need to worry too much, honestly.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Right?
Literally jump.
We're all masters
after
of
another route.
escape. Yeah.
Just Kong out the parkade and just
Yeah,
take the
see ya.
Hong out to the MTYP. No one's gonna come and get you.
Yo, that's true. Last time I did that was kind of sketch though.
It looked kind of sketchy, but still safe.
It's like my knees were like that far from the ledge.
Yeah, it's kind of sketchy.
It's a little sketchy.
Yeah. I can't believe half the stuff y'all do.
Okay, well, for cross training stuff, if you had to pick one, calisthenics or weight training?
Ooh,
Is calisthenics like including just anything body weight? Like it can be lower body as well, or just like the stereotypical upper
just body weight. Yeah, body weight or weight training. Which one would you pick to improve
what?
your parkour?
To improve parkour. Ooh, I don't like because you wouldn't be able to do plyos and box jumps and depth drops and all that. Like if you choose weight training.
Right.
Oh.
Did my turn off?
Yeah, there you
go. Now you're back.
Did I disappear?
Yeah, I disappeared for a second.
Okay. You know what? I choose
calisthenics.
Yeah. I would.
Yep. Same.
Yeah, I think
I took like the weightlifting stuff pretty seriously for like how long was it? I don't know, maybe it was only a year but I was like lifting like a few times a week and I was like working on with a proper program with like somebody that was programming it for me. And it was great. Like I definitely felt really solid. Like I felt like I could take all those weird impacts and heavy impacts and just not feel anything, which was great. Yeah. But I think in the end, I trained less parkour and my body felt more beat up in like the long run.
Interesting.
Like it's like I felt solid when I was training, but the rest of the time, I didn't feel as good.
So
but since I've kind of moved away from that a little bit, I'm still doing some weightlifting stuff, but a lot more of like focusing on like more mobility with the knees over toes stuff, and like adding like minimal weight, but using like a harder exercise. So like rather than doing like a bunch of squats with 200 pounds, I do a bunch of pistol squats with 30 pounds, 20 pounds, something like that, right? And I've been finding that has me feel, yeah, word, the pistol squats are horrible. But like I feel like a lot better doing that than I did when I was lifting a lot. So calisthenics for the win.
No, agreed.
So you feel like with calisthenics you can still get in more regular parkour training as well, then some more skill building time.
Yeah. leaves me a little less like heavy feeling in terms of how I'm sore after I lift.
How about you,
If
Tom?
that makes sense.
What was that, Christy?
How about you? Do you like weightlifting or calisthenics?
I would go with calisthenics for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like it's more applicable to parkour. Like weightlifting is good. Like I guess you can like track progress and things a little easier because it's all the same exercise. You just increase the weight. Whereas with calisthenics, it's like from one progression to the next can be very big jumps.
Right.
You know, then you have to add in like use like bands or something.
Yes.
Or do negatives or just find some kind of regression. So it takes like the progress isn't as noticeable.
So it's harder to stay motivated with calisthenics.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
But I think for me, I enjoy doing calisthenics more. Like the workouts themselves are more fun. You know?
Yeah, and I think you can definitely with like calisthenics over weight training, you can just have more like control and more like mind muscle connection rather than like weights, and just keep all the mobility there, like rather than
Right.
Tyrion was saying, like getting your body achy and that kind of stuff.
And that's such a key thing, I think, for parkour is just mobility.
Right.
Like adding that
definitely
stretch, the range of motion. But that's just me.
I feel like doing calisthenics workouts for me is more mentally like I have to be more disciplined to do that than doing weights. Weights to me is like it's easy and more fun. You just pick up like the 40s and you just start pressing, then you
bang
go
them
up
out.
you just bang them out and you go up in weight and you like it's easy and fun. And you usually don't do many reps. It's like it feels pretty good. But with calisthenics, I'm like, starting my workout, I'm like, gotta go do like whatever, like max out my push-ups just to get warmed up, and then I gotta go do my pull-ups. It's terrible, you know. It's not fun if you do it all the time, but at the same time, I think it's super beneficial. Yeah,
exactly. But when you're halfway through it, you're like, oh, I feel so good.
Feels so good. Yeah,
I know,
exactly.
and I think that's just the ego getting in the way, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Because I go through it too. Like I come from a bodybuilding background and soccer kind of thing, and then like weights for me is like no problem. I look at them and it's just like I'm big already. Like what do I need to do to lift weights? Kind of thing. So when I do calisthenics, I'm like hard eye rolls. I'm like I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here. And afterwards, I'm like I feel so strong throughout the day. Like I don't. But then my ego is like saying, well, why don't you do the easy thing and lift weights because you've done that a billion times before? It's like
What I've started, what I've started doing is doing just one workout a week, where basically I can just pump weights for as long as I want, and it's just kind of nice to have. Like I'll do like a lot of calisthenics stuff for upper body. But like, let's be real. By the time you've done a couple hundred push-ups and like your 100 pull-ups or whatever the hell you're doing, it's like, do you really feel like doing that like a few times a week? Like, not really.
I know.
It's like, you know what? I'm gonna chuck in like some of the weight stuff because like you're right. It's really easy. You just like it doesn't take the same amount of brain power as I feel like that sounds bad. I'm not trying to diss any of the weightlifters out there,
Yeah, I'm not offended.
but it does just feel easier than being like, okay, today I'm training like front levers.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like exactly, right? You're just like, oh no.
Day.
Right.
I feel like weightlifting, like as parkour athletes, I feel like I look at weightlifting more as like a maintenance thing rather than like training for a specific thing. Or you can use like calisthenics for more like specific things you want to build on, like strength ones.
Mm-hmm. Really, I mean, although I prefer calisthenics, if for anyone listening, I definitely would still suggest some weight lifting. You know?
True, I would too.
It is good, especially if you can get to a point where you can use weights in your calisthenics, like weighted pull-ups,
Right.
dips,
I
whatever.
love kettlebells. They're the best thing ever.
Like, 'cause, yeah, getting to the point of like doing 100 pull-ups isn't really beneficial in any way, right?
right.
You want, if you can do 100, like just do 10 with like an extra, whatever, 50 pounds on you.
Yeah.
Hell,
You know,
do
like-
5.
Controlled,
Like-
everything powerful, different angles, different things. Yeah, that's all it's like training for parkour or like just like training in general to keep active. It goes hand in hand. It's so weird. Like throughout the winter, it's like I was doing yoga and meditation, and I'm trying to like get my parkour better doing it that way. And then like summer comes and I'm like flowing. It's awesome. It's great. But I could have done some actual training, like going to like an indoor gym. Twice a week.
Kind of the one good thing about living in the prairies is the winter forces you to change your training
It
a
does.
little bit. You have those like dedicated months to work on something else.
I think this next winter I'm gonna buy the knees over toes program and see how much of it I can get through.
Oh,
while there's snow on the ground. So if anybody wants to join me, I'll just buy it and then I'll just share all the stuff.
okay.
with whoever.
I'm down.
I'm in.
I would like to log all this too. That would be really neat.
Yeah,
to see,
like if everybody just chips in, it'll be cheap. And
yeah,
then
not a problem.
do it.
Whenever you want to start.
Oh, beautiful.
I want to
it's
buy
sick.
one of those monkey foot things and a tib bar.
Yeah. That's
Oh, yes.
Those monkey foot things are like awesome.
Yeah, that little clip thing, right? Yeah. So this is like our book club.
Yes. Exactly.
Program our knees over toes, and then we all like join it and see how far we can get with it.
Speaking of like fan club or whatever, have you all seen the new Store collection that just came out?
No.
Store Sport, I think it is.
I'm looking it up
I
right
started
now.
to watch the video
Pretty
today.
sweet. Pretty awesome.
No, I haven't seen it.
Is it on YouTube you're talking about?
There's a new video, and then they have like a whole new collection.
We're gonna have to finish watching that after this.
They got like they worked with a new graphic designer to build all the
Nice.
graphics for the collection.
Oh, that's sick. Now, is
You know,
that video game coming along that they were gonna make?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, the video game.
probably under the works all the time.
What's
Yeah.
They're trying to get that out before the end of this year, though, right?
Something like
I
that.
think that was the goal.
Yeah, they reached their Kickstarter goal or the GoFundMe.
Oh, they destroyed that goal there.
Yeah, I don't know how much, but I know they easily made it.
Did you guys donate
check
to
it
that?
out later.
I was
didn't
gonna
end up-
I was gonna end up I was tempted to do the highest one, but I was like, nah, like it's too much.
Yeah.
I did like the $70 or $80 or whatever, like a normal video game cost. I'm like, I'm gonna spend that on a game anyways.
Just for like the early access or whatever it was.
What was
yeah,
what
and
was
I
that?
think you get a copy or something when it's out.
Oh.
Oh, okay, word.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm looking at this collection right now. It is nice. It is
It's
really
awesome.
nice. I might have to cop a shirt.
The shirts are super cool.
They're very
Super
simple,
clean
but
designs, yeah.
yeah, really nice. I've never bought something from store. I think it's time.
Neither have I. No. I know Sunny up north did.
We might have to put together. We could just do like one big order if a few people wanted to get stuff.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah, 'cause shipping is kind of pricey, right?
Yeah, that's the problem with ordering anything from the UK. It's like just adds on like half the price and shipping.
Yep.
And then with the conversion of the pound to the dollar, right? It's like
Yeah.
pretty sus.
It's like,
as well.
hey, I'll just fly out there, pick up some clothes for us, and fly back.
Right?
Especially when you have like cargo pants or something, and they're like 60 euros, and you're like, or 60 pounds, sorry, and you're like, wait a second, and you like do the conversion, and by the time you like check out, you're like, oh my god.
It's like $150.
Yeah, actually, though.
Right? Oh man! Although the Canadian dollar isn't it like the best it's been in a while right now?
Is that saying much though?
I know it's not saying much.
Pretty sure the US dollar is gonna start to go a lot worse soon.
You think so?
Yeah.
Staying out of this one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna elaborate at all on that.
So, getting back to training, and Christy had mentioned meditation before. Do you guys incorporate meditation into your day or mindfulness in your training?
Here's what I do. I do two things. First thing I do is I play a lot of music.
Nice.
And I'm not going to try to pitch the music meditation thing, but it is pretty calming, especially if I'm not working on something particular. Like if you kind of just like put your hands down and you just let them go for like 20 minutes, and then you can kind of stand up and walk away. It feels great. Other thing, actually, there's two other things. Slacklining is great. Put in my earbuds, put on an album I like, just slackline for a while.
Just let your feet
Exactly. Ben knows what's up. And then the last one.
Make a slackline video 100%. Like
should I make like a G-Tramp edit of me slacklining? Oh my gosh. Okay, last thing though. Late night, hop on my bike, same thing, put in my earbuds, put on an album. And I'm like close enough to the country that if I kind of just go that way, there's just like fields. So then eventually you get like out of the city, and it's so nice. I love it so much. So that's my like few things I do. Yeah.
Is there one more you said, or is it
no? That's it.
That's
is a
meditative.
big part of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same with me. I have my earbuds in most of the day, listening to albums or music I like and podcasts.
Mm-hmm, me too.
Slash like speeches and stuff. And then like right now, honestly, I'm doing terrible with watching YouTube. I watch so much YouTube videos because I have nothing to do. Like everything's shut down. Nobody can hang out because of the restrictions. And I don't have a job right now because of COVID, and I can't. Like I was gonna drive into the States, but the border's closed, so I'm just kind of here, just kind of like I don't know what I'm doing. Like I'm just here.
Yeah.
So I just kind of like I don't know what I do all day. I just kind of wake up, whatever, and then try and I do one workout a day of conditioning, which keeps me feeling pretty good, and then music. And that's kind of it for my mental health. That's it.
There's lots of guided meditations on Spotify. If you want some, I can send them to anyone, actually. But it's really easy to get. And it takes like 5 minutes if you just want to like. Also, Nino does a 7-day meditation. I did 1 of 7, and it's really cool. If anyone wants to get in touch with him to do like, you don't have to do it like 1 to 7 days. You can take day 1 as however you want it, but it's all meditation's good. I like getting lost inside and outside of my head. I like to apply different things that I listen to podcasts and other audible books and whatnot. Some Gaia program too. Like I listen to it all, and just I don't know, more information on whatever makes my decision at the end of the day. But meditation is really a part of it.
Yeah, I've tried meditation, but I'd rather just go on a walk without like my phone or my earbuds or anything. Just go on a walk, or just like just go and sit outside and just like observe what's happening. That's personally what I like doing, because I've got some weird thing when I say I'm gonna meditate. My head does everything it can to like not clear my mind, and I think about everything. So it feels pointless. I feel like when I accidentally meditate, that's when it works out the best. Like when I'm just walking and I'm just not thinking about anything without even realizing it. But when I listen to like a guided meditation, my mom always tells me to do it, but it honestly doesn't help me. Like I end up panicking more when there's guys like telling you like, clear your mind, clear it. I'm like, no, it's not working. My mind isn't being cleared right now.
I don't know about those ones. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't think with any meditation I've ever done has never been to like clear your mind, but just
maybe I have the completely wrong idea about the meditation, because I haven't tried many of them. My mom told me to try the Headspace one. I haven't done that yet, so
I would recommend that as well.
Okay, yeah.
Ben, you need like
I'm kind of in the same boat as Ben.
I'd say first thing in the morning, just if you have like a space where you can get up and just like go subconsciously and lie down. I lie down to meditate. I don't do this upright position thing. I'm lazy.
Yeah.
Like I lie down, I get comfortable, I put like a blindfold on, and I do some breath work, and then next thing you know, I'm lifted, and I'm like, wait a minute, I only got 15 minutes or whatever, and I come back, and I'm like, oh, it's only been 6. I'm like, wow, I can't get back there, so I just like get back up and go and get on with my morning, But I put aside 15 minutes. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. You guys check your phones, right? Oh, sorry, Tom, you go.
I was just gonna say, Headspace actually has a good series on Netflix. Which meditation.
It's really good.
Yeah, I've been told to watch that as well. Apparently, that's really good.
What were you saying though?
You guys like check your phone right when you wake up in the morning? Like, is that the first thing you do?
Yeah, I've purposely changed that habit, so I don't do it anymore until I leave home for work, or I try to.
I put mine on airplane mode until I get ready to go for tour.
Shit, okay. What about you, Tyrion? Wait, I can't hear you.
You're muted, bro.
Oh, no, he's doing that purposely.
Damn, that's rough. That's rough. Okay, I'm back. It just depends on the day, honestly. Some days I'll especially on the weekend, if I don't have much up, I will often check my phone right away in the morning. But if there's nothing there, I try to not stay on it.
Bruh.
Yeah. Tom will get texts from me at 8:39 in the morning. Hey! I'm on my way to work and I'm buzzing off coffee. Are you awake?
Yeah, actually, I think this morning right away saw a message from the Sage group.
Okay, yeah. Have you guys noticed that TikTok has infiltrated every single platform?
I hate it.
I deleted TikTok because I was addicted to it, and I would just go on it for literally an hour at a time without even realizing I did it. I'd just be scrolling, and then I delete that. I'm like, okay, that's great. I deleted it, and I'm like, YouTube Shorts. It's all TikTok, Instagram Reels, TikTok.
Exactly the same.
Bro, I can't get away from it, and every single time I get sucked into it, and oh man, it's not good.
I'm
program.
I'm slowly deleting different social medias. The other day, I still had Facebook on my phone.
Oh wow!
But I'll be honest, the only reason I would go on it, and either I would just find random videos of cute animals, which is kind of a vibe, honestly, or I would find videos where it's just a whole feed of just trucks driving up hills. And I'd just be like, and then afterwards, I would always just be like, Tyrion, man, like, what are you doing with your life right now? Like, this is bad. So that's gone. TikTok's gone.
Vampire of your time.
But oh my god, it's the worst. I was like, Kate, really? Like, you're not even into trucks. What are you doing? The animals, I miss it. I love the animals. But
the trucks are like, and the thing is that even if you're not interested in the subject, you will still watch it for an hour. Like hours at a time, you'll just sit there watching like trucks driving up hills, and you'll be like, "Why am
like, bro, what am I doing?
now I'm interested in it." Like, yeah,
That's
You gotta
funny
watch
stuff,
to the end.
Yeah, I
Because
know.
my next question actually was Instagram or TikTok.
Oh, Instagram.
dude,
Seriously, Tom, that's hilarious.
they're
Yeah.
both just as bad for me. Like, I feel like I have to delete Instagram again because it has such a grasp on my mind. Like, I check it so much, and I don't know. Like, when I did take that week off of Instagram, I did actually feel better. So I don't know why I got it back again.
We should all do a week. We should all do a week together, starting like tomorrow, and just see how it goes.
Damn.
Right?
Yeah, I'm
You're
down.
gonna have to tattletale on everyone.
Right?
Yeah. No, I'm
Okay,
down.
Real
Let's do it.
snitch line.
For your question, Tom,
Tyrion
I'm
has
gonna
his
go
phone.
with Instagram, but but Instagram is still like it's still just as toxic as TikTok to me right now because I'll find myself just going to look at stories and I'm just like endlessly going away, so like tapping away on those. But so now it's like don't even touch those anymore. And I have like 5 different Instagram accounts for like all the different stuff I do, which is like crazy to manage. But like I only use Instagram to post like content that I make. Like I don't really post on my story anymore for stuff. Like I only post like my photography stuff really. Like I deleted all the posts on my main account because like I don't need that stuff up there. Like it's not doing me anything.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, what do you guys think? Like, how does social media or Instagram affect you in terms of like your parkour goals or the expectations you put on your own training sessions? Then,
in terms of parkour, I don't know. Like sometimes I'll feel motivated when I watch things, and then sometimes I won't. I'll be like fuck. Like I'm not like I wish I was doing more training, and I wish I was progressing faster and all this. Like sometimes like when you see people really motivates you, and then other times you're envying their position and you're like it just kind of puts myself down more. And then so it's kind of a 50-50 for me, good and bad.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I feel that, but I'm gonna have to go with defected me by like showing me monkey style, which is like very much my style right now for parkour. Like I don't really look to do big power stuff anymore. I'm more of just like the super flowy monkey style kind of.
Seriously?
Hey.
Yeah, like
okay, post something because I haven't seen anything lately, and I would like to see that.
Yeah, I haven't been like posting at all or like training much at all either. Just been doing other stuff. But I think once I get out to Vancouver, I'm gonna be like starting to get heavy into training again because that's like parkour hotspot.
Yeah, that dog's moving to Vancouver.
3 months.
Oh, right on.
Beautiful.
Oh, you're gonna love it there, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Rollins may kill it over there. He's a Vancouver boy for sure. You know what I mean?
Well, especially with the monkey moves, that's really just wait.
Yo, you should try to make a video with Jovi and Josh.
Oh man, I've already been talking to them.
Nice.
Yes, that's good.
They're
That's
so
good.
Sick. New video that came out. Shout out to their new video, their new edit. That was sick.
Oh, that was dope. I watched that.
I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but it was wild.
I don't know if I saw that.
No, I didn't.
I just saw some clip, but
okay, it's called Preposterous Forces. It's on Origin's channel and Pody Boy's channel.
Okay.
Oh. Sweet.
Shameless plug.
So parkour on social media, do you find that it's generally a positive atmosphere? Like, feedback you get
I'd
from
say it is.
people or what you give?
Yeah,
I'd say
I think,
generally social media for parkour is good.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Except for that one time where there's those stupid guys that made an account for like the blow up sex doll kind of thing and like threw it over IMAX and there's like a bunch of stuff. You guys remember that?
Oh my god, yes I do. That
It's
was
like,
that was
Oh yeah,
bad.
they're like
stupid.
the first woman to do IMAX concrete, and then they
so
threw like a blow up doll over the thing.
Yeah, that's
hilarious.
the only
So
bad
funny.
thing.
Yeah, that was rough. Although I do get a little bit tired of like all the like parkour reels showing up where they aren't doing anything that's really that interesting, but they just like chuck a tune over it and put it in slow motion, and they're like, "Wow!" And I'm like, I don't care.
That's the
I
TikTok
don't.
thing
Russians,
again.
honestly, so those. I'm sorry, but I see so many of those Russian guys. They're insanely talented, but their content is garbage, like just dog shit. Like they play like TikTok songs that were so big like 3-4 years ago or whatever. And they just like and new TikTok songs, that's all they do, and they'll just do like public interactions and it's all staged and whatever. It's just like, oh, you haven't seen that, Christy?
No, I haven't. You gotta send me one.
Okay, I'll send it to you. Like
Yeah, please.
there's so many of them.
Okay, what's the guy that used to be really good? His name starts with a K, I think, and then he just started doing all like clickbait stuff, and now
Kira, something like that.
Yes, Kira.
That dude is so good, man. He's one of the best freerunners I've ever seen. But it seems like he wastes his talent on like doing these weird TikTok videos, and I'm just like, bro, you're insane. Why are you doing this?
Oh, and there's the thing with Pasha, the porn star or whatever.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
Yeah, like
They're
I don't know what
married
to
now.
believe. Like, jeez.
I mean,
Well, they're engaged now, right?
I could see both sides with that. I could see both sides. In his defense, they are like married now, so
Yeah.
it's not like he just got with a porn star to make a video. Like they had like a big relationship before that, I'm pretty sure. So
yeah, but I don't think any of his followers saw that coming. Like I don't think anybody actually knew they were together until they posted that.
Yeah.
To be honest, though,
Bit out of
like
context.
it's none of my business, so I don't really give a shit. I'm like, Pasha, you go do your thing, man. Just keep on posting cool stuff. I like it. And if you don't, that's okay too. It's just like his life. He can do whatever he wants.
Right. And if like Tyrion, like if he posts stuff that you don't like, then you can unfollow him, right?
Exactly.
That's what I do.
Right? Yeah, exactly. I mean,
I don't think he'll miss a few people with his 1.5 million followers.
Yeah.
Whatever it is now.
And media is what it is. It's out there to bring awareness to whoever's doing what. So, like that's the classic media hook, right? Sex sells. So he's got one in his pocket. So
at least he got his million followers from just crazy movement.
He's unreal. I kind of look up to him too, like just in his movements. I don't care about his lifestyle. Like, I mean, if people want to be critical of my lifestyle and over my movements, it's like, oh, you're gonna have a problem with me. But if we're just here for movement, then we can, that's all I care about.
Okay, I'm gonna sound a little hypocritical here, but you all know like Risk House, like that whole gang of athletes.
No.
Okay, it's like Flip Like Z. It's like Eric, Gavin, that gang. Okay, I used to actually enjoy like their videos, like Flip's, like Z's videos were actually like really fun. But I don't know what happened. It feels like they all just stayed in LA for like a little too long. and they just and they just like hung out with like a lot of TikTokers just a little too much. And honestly, I unfollowed a bunch of them because I just like stopped liking what they were doing. I don't watch their stuff anymore at all. And it's like one of those things where it's like their own life, they can do whatever they want. but it's like, as somebody that was there for the movement, it's a sad feeling.
Yeah, they got kind of washed up.
Right.
Yeah, but they're 20.
Yeah.
I know
They're
what you're
20.
talking about.
They
I
got
really
washed
do.
up, bro.
Like, yeah, it's so weird.
I agree
Yeah.
though. Z's content, it used to be really good when it was like just movement focused until they started like chasing the clout or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, remember when they were living in that house and they would just do challenges? All that was just,
Yeah,
I was like,
when Eric did the triple gainer,
Oh,
triple
man.
back off the roof.
Jesus, yeah.
fun.
Yeah. Well,
So,
that was a good
social
one.
media then, overall, positive or negative?
Oh.
Oh gosh.
For like society in general.
Sure.
That's a good one.
Oh gosh, Tom.
That's
Or-
a wide topic.
We'll contain it.
That's wide.
So I'm
For
gonna say
parkour, social
overall,
media, good or bad?
Okay.
overall negative. I'd say people before social media, when people were didn't have it, I think people were actually happier before social media. Even though social media is a great tool and it has been used for a lot of great things, I think overall people are more unhappy now with social media.
More self-conscious.
Yeah. Well, they did a study on it. They found that people who used more social media, I don't know which university did it, but I'm sure you can find it. But yeah, they found that on average, people that used less social media were more happy with their lives.
Mhm.
And people who used it a lot.
Yeah, I really want to try like the detox Tyrion was talking about, just totally cut it out and see how much like it actually affects me because I've never really actually done one of those before.
When I
Yeah,
went
we
to
should do it.
college, I used to
Besides-
tell
bro.
people the cell phones
Besides the
challenge.
new YouTube
like-
shorts there, would
What?
you include YouTube as social media?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I watched too much of it.
Again, it's like YouTube is definitely just another social media. Even though I'd say it's my favorite social media,
Mhm.
it's still I think overall it's still not great.
Mhm.
I'm a little less convinced it's bad. I will say I think it's really important for parkour. And I also I know this is parkour specific, but also outside of parkour, it's definitely really important for people at least feeling like they can express their opinions in a meaningful way. Even though, to be honest, I don't think posting on your story does shit.
Yeah, but the
No.
thing, before social media, you could express your opinion and you wouldn't get canceled because nobody could tweet you on Twitter and say like,
Okay,
Yeah,
yo,
the
look
whole
at that.
cancel culture
Or
right
fact
now. is
check you.
horrible.
Okay, it actually
Yeah.
is so bad. That's true.
Now if you say something and it's offensive, then you can get canceled. You know, it's like
And even like things you said like years and years ago, like decades
Mhm.
ago, people are getting canceled for it, which I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
is dumb.
Yeah, so for parkour though, like Tyrion, you were talking about parkour. I think what Tom said, this question just in general. For parkour, I do agree it's good. Like
Yeah.
in terms of growing the community, I'd say it's good. Like when I went to Hawaii, like I could just message the Hawaii parkour community and I had a place to stay and people to train with every day. So
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah, exactly.
It's honestly great. But yeah, for in general, for society, I'm not like, again, I'm not sure exactly how good or bad it is. More leaning on the bad side though.
Yeah, it depends what your intentions are.
Yeah.
I feel like right now is like a particularly bad time as well because like at least in Manitoba we've had like over a year of lockdowns off and on and people definitely spending a lot I shouldn't generalize, but it seems to me people spending a lot more time online anyway and mostly on social media. And I think that has I feel like social media has completely changed in a year. Like it feels
if people are dependent on it or
just how much time people are spending on it and how much attention people expect you to give to it.
Yeah, I think the main reason behind that is because every single bit of social media now, like if you have a decent amount of followers, you're just trying to get it monetized as fast as you can, and like try to make as much as you like yeah, just trying to make as much as you want out of like this one little piece.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I struggle with it a little bit though, because it's honestly like one of the main ways I've gotten to talk to people in like my first year of university, for instance.
No doubt.
Like if I didn't have social media, I legit would just not know anybody.
You just wouldn't talk to anybody? Yeah.
Because it's the way like a lot of people communicate. So it's kind of like one of those weird things where it's like, I don't want to have it, but it's also like almost become a necessity depending who you want to talk to.
Right.
Little weird.
That's for sure. It's become super integrated. Like, you know, you don't really need each other's phone numbers or anything now. It's just, what's your Instagram?
Right.
And then
Yeah.
you can contact anyone.
Yeah, kids aren't even like memorizing their parents' phone numbers anymore.
Imagine
Yeah.
that. What?
Bruh.
Bruh, what's your mom's snap code?
That's what
What's your snap
Non-existent.
score, bro? What's your snap score?
What? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of how people use it. There'll be good and bad with it, but that's for anything, really.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the whole censorship thing that you could get into, which is a whole nother conversation. But these platforms really aren't completely free to express your opinion, because there's, like all the fact checkers and stuff that take down your opinion and whatever. It's like, okay, so it's not actually like completely free like you say it is, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, as long as things don't get blacked out, because fact checking is just, people got to get checked on their shit sometimes.
And the fact checkers are weird though, because like, doesn't it seem like they've just come around since like the pandemic happened? Like,
Of course.
was there fact
Definitely,
checkers before?
It's been the last couple years
Well,
for
I
sure.
just haven't noticed them like as strongly as like now with
There's
in the
like
last
so
like
many
year.
arrogant people online though.
Yeah, I mean there is.
But they still have just as much of a right to express their opinion as
exactly.
anybody else does. So
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Even if people are wrong, you can still say it.
yeah, exactly. And honestly, like if you signed up for Instagram right now and you read through all of their agreements and all their lists of terms, like I'm pretty sure none of us did that when we signed up for Instagram. But if you did it right now, like maybe you would just find all of that there and like you've agreed to it.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like you kind of signed up for it and you can do with it what you want. It's like, yeah, they're going to fact check you, but also you don't have to use the app. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, like I know for like online games, for example, you can't just be in the group chats there and just saying whatever you want, because it's against their terms. It's like actual hate speech or whatever. So you can't play the game. same thing, right? Like Twitter's still Twitter. It's not your right to use it.
But
Gotta
then
love
again,
when
it just
they-
leads you
Whatever
to
they
the
want.
question: whose fact are you checking?
Right.
Yeah.
Or like,
So is everything
with these
like a
fact
fact check?
checkers, it does seem to be very biased in that they're only fact checking one side. It doesn't seem like it's consistent across all viewpoints who they're fact checking. That's what I get from
No
it.
debate.
What? Sorry?
There's no debate. You can't debate it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
you
it's
may have a source where you want to get the narrative from, and then they can debate that, and then that opens
Right.
things up to like, oh, maybe they were wrong or I was wrong, but thanks for having the time to have some attention and feel some value on someone who uses your app, basically. Does that sound?
Need people to fact check the fact checkers.
right.
I think maybe we
shit,
just
check
need
fact checkers.
I'm wondering if what I feel like I'm hearing is that we just need to stop using social media to try to
Yes,
express our
that's what
opinions so
I'm
much
trying to
and
say.
actually just talk to people.
Exactly,
know.
right?
Well, how
that
can
seems
you?
to be the best way.
How can you now when you're locked in your house and you can't see anyone besides someone you can
Well,
listen to? Like, it's really
I
tough.
always recommend podcasts. Podcasts are really great.
And then you're on the
Yeah.
social media again. You know, like I love podcasting. Don't get me wrong, I really do. I listen to them all day long. I listen to myself all day long. Like that's, you know, were we happier
Yeah.
before? That?
No, it's definitely true though. Like podcasts really are good. You know, you can actually hear like long form. Like you're not going to get that on news or like little minute long
Correct.
segments you see on Instagram. You know, you're not going to get everything from that.
Groups of people having long form conversations, hearing everyone where they're coming from, and you know, maybe not hearing it from that point of view before might have like an open way of thinking instead of a fixed way of thinking about a topic.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
beautiful.
also like severely underrated, literally calling people. I've tried to start doing this more. Like if I'm like talking to somebody and they seem
I called
cool,
you the other
I'm like,
day, you didn't answer.
no.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Dude, like,
Oh,
there's
I'm like
such a
checking my
attached
logs.
to calling people. I feel like it's like I've always heard people find it like offensive when you call them, like you have
True.
to text them. So
Well, just
I've
like ask
grown up
them first.
being like
Can I call you?
terrified to
Yeah.
call people.
I
Yeah,
like
it's
calling
like
people
Just send voice memos.
I do that
Yeah.
too.
I do that
yeah,
all
send
the
voice
time.
memos. Yeah.
I
that
love it. This message will self-destruct.
No, actually though, that's true, Ben. Like a lot of people really hate calling. So I just
Yeah.
like if I'm like talking to somebody and if I'm typing up an essay, like at that
Yeah.
point I'm just gonna be like can I just like call you like that? Like we're
love
both
it.
on our phones staring at our screen anyway. And some
Right?
people are like yes, and other people are like no, back off. Like what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, because I think the people who don't like phone calls now or like afraid of phone calls are just because their attention span has been ruined by like social media. They need that like immediate feedback. Like they can't have like an
Really,
actual
I just like
conversation
screening
that's
all my
lengthy
calls.
with someone. Like they
But
need
isn't-
something in like 10, 15 seconds, like every 10,
Right,
15
yeah.
seconds.
right. Yeah, it's true.
Boy.
Also fuck Snapchat.
Yeah,
I've never
I
used
love
Snapchat ever.
Dude, like
that.
I feel like that's a given. Like I didn't think we even had to get into that. Snapchat.
Ben's like goes without saying.
It's
Like-
so toxic.
I just have one. I
Oh
just
my
have
God.
Instagram, really. Oh, and Telegram and Signal.
Uh-oh.
That's about it.
Too many
That I'm admitting
platforms.
to.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? I've got to just. I'm convinced now. I want to delete my social media again for a bit. And just
Yeah, let's do it.
Especially, it'll really test my patience now and my stoicism. Now that I literally have I've got zero responsibilities and nothing to do all day. So
Yeah, I'm slightly terrified.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
go
know,
ahead,
right? Oh yeah, yeah, I've been procrastinating getting my guitar fixed and playing it. So maybe this will
Now you got the
it'll
car
just get
too.
me to do. Sorry.
Now you got the car too. There's no excuse to go get the stuff you need.
Right? Yeah, totally. So, yeah, I think I'm down to do it again for a week or something.
It's definitely scary though. Like I don't feel like being left alone with my thoughts for a week.
Right?
I love it.
Which I feel like is just the exact reason that I need to do it.
I love it.
Right.
I love being alone with my thoughts. It's like, really? You're thinking that? No, I'm trying not to think that. Oh, okay.
Damn.
Oh,
I can't. I wish I could agree, but I think I'm just gonna have to give it a shot.
I guess that's why a lot of people have trouble sleeping because it's the one time of the day where you are forced to be alone with your thoughts. And that can terrify people and cause insomnia and all of that stuff. And I definitely used to experience that quite badly, but I've gotten a lot better at calming myself down when I'm alone, calming my thoughts down. And yeah, it's gotten better for sure.
I have a number of books I could recommend.
Yeah.
Ben later if anyone else wants stuff like that. But I found a lot of books have helped me deal with my ego and what thoughts I think and why and where that comes from. And is it even my voice? Like sometimes it's like,
right? You're like, who is that? Like,
yeah, like why is Tony Danza in my head? You know, I'm the boss, not you. Yeah, I'll send. I'll put that in. I'll put some books in our chat later.
Sure.
We'll all see them in a week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Good call. Okay.
Starts right after this.
Prepare
everything.
We all have 2 hours after this to prepare. Send your last messages, folks.
Just do my YouTube purge.
Yeah,
Purge.
just gotta purge.
Yeah, I won't be doing that because I'll have to be
it's
posting
like-
this.
No, he has to do all the
realize-
editing and posting.
Oh no, Tom.
Get drugged.
I'm out. I'm already out.
Get drugged. You're already off. Yeah.
All right. We'll move on here a little bit away from social media a bit. This is a big one.
No.
How do you define parkour as you do it? Like, what is parkour to you? How would
Okay.
you define that?
You know what? I've said it once. Sorry, go ahead. Okay, well, I was just gonna say I've said it once. I'll say it again. Money and bitches, really.
I taught you that.
Keeping it consistent.
Very
Really did.
Very classic.
Butts and hoes.
Oh my god. Sorry, Ben. Go ahead.
Hoes and money. Okay, so like personally, you're saying not like the broad.
Yeah, because it was Callum, right, from Store, who had this question for people like what parkour is, and is it the A to B? And people say yes, but then when question on like if that's how you do parkour,
then most people say no.
more people say no,
Right.
which is true. It's like you're not training A to B like David Bell parkour here, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
Right, it's not a course.
Yeah, it's just parkour to me is definitely, much bigger than like the image of parkour. It's more of just finding physical challenges and attempting to do them and work on them. Whatever the physical challenge is, like that's
mental.
kind of what it is for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like thinking about it, and I was going to be like, yeah, it's about like finding a challenge or finding a line or something like that. But I think that's even like too narrow. Like it's so broad at this point. Maybe when I was just starting, it was about like, oh, parkour is just learning all the parkour skills. But like now I like to do a little bit of tricking. I like to do some precisions. I like to do a line that's like free running. I also go do a bunch of dynos. Like, where do those fit into it?
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Just finding
Climbing.
physical challenges, right? Like,
yeah, doesn't even matter like what the type of movement is really.
What the challenge is. It can be completely unrelated to like A to B or skill type parkour, right? It can just be like a physical challenge you spot somewhere, and you just work on it. That's the best way I could describe it.
Post parkour.
Neo modern parkour.
Wow.
Yeah, I think for me, it's mostly like, what am I trying to say? Like, lots of self-fulfillment, definitely, for when I'm like doing challenges and stuff like that. And then just like exploration of what your body's capable of, just like mentally and physically. I think that's like a really cool thing to just like observe firsthand and just like experience.
right. Now, do you think like a uniform, like across the board definition is even necessary for parkour? Do you think?
No,
dude, no,
it's okay
I don't
just
think
having
so at
a
all.
vague one?
it's so broad now.
Yeah, it's so broad. I think saying like parkour is A to B is just, it's gone so far away from that, even though it's
like
still a form of
cliche
parkour.
now, almost.
Sorry?
It's like cliche almost to college.
Yeah,
like
it is. it seems kind of like, like it seems cliche to say that, like, oh, like 2010 to say that, like.
Yeah. I mean, he's even older, 2005.
Right? Yeah. So no, parkour has grown into so many different, branched off into so many different areas. I think it's fair to just call, whatever really you want to. I mean, I personally, I don't care.
Yeah, I think that topic is pretty wild just because, like, we've all been training, like, the three of us have been training for, like, 6 years, or at least I have. I've started, like, 6 years ago. And, like, the style of parkour just, like, worldwide is kind of totally shifted. Like, the last year or two, I've totally, like, observed monkey style and, like, store and whatnot, like, build that specific style of parkour. And it's just, like, come out of nothing, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
I appreciate the fact that the discussion around definitions has led to Callum writing a book. But other than that, I don't really care about the actual definition of it. Like, it doesn't feel like it matters. Like, it doesn't change the way I do movement. I don't think it changes the way anybody that already does parkour does movement. I don't think it changes the way that people getting into it are going to do movement either.
Yeah, exactly. I
like that.
It just adds more for people to get inspired, like, to start.
I guess it's almost more of like a necessary thing for muggles, kind of, when you're telling them what parkour is, right? It's like, it's it's A to B, learning run, jump, and climb, but not really,
Yeah. And you can't like show them one video because because you could show them like Caveman, or you could show them like Flip Like Z's newest video, which is probably 90% death diving, 5% like drinking, another 5% is actually like doing some flips onto grass, right? So like I feel kind of bad. I kind of roasted him there. It's not that bad, but it's close to that bad. Okay.
Pretty cringe.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, has parkour and pop culture had any positive or negative influences on you?
People need to stop saying parkour, like The Office. Stop. Please.
Please stop.
My fans still say that. They literally said it yesterday.
It's gonna die out.
It's not. It's gonna.
I don't think it is.
I thought it would have a long time ago, but the amount of times I've heard like hardcore parkour after The Office
and, like,
came out.
Whenever I'm meeting new people and like I like the topics brought up that like I do parkour, that's like the first thing that comes into their mind. Like, why is that the first thing? Like, have you not seen any like viral videos? Like, have you not actually seen parkour? That's like just The Office.
Yeah. Or they just like
people haven't seen The Office and they just say it because it's been drilled into it.
Or they're like, oh, so you jump off of buildings, or like, can you do a backflip? There's like 3 routes. It's like The Office is the main one, and then they're like, do a backflip, or you jump off buildings.
Yes.
That's the 3 branches of parkour. That's a new definition. Office, jump off building, or a backflip.
How is The Office the main one?
It would be a triangle. It's a trinity. It's either one of those.
We could make a Venn diagram.
A Venn diagram. That's good.
Yeah, that's funny. Damn,
How about all the superhero movies seeing parkour in there? Is that cool to see?
Oh, that was so funny. I remember I was watching, what was it? Which it was Avengers Civil War. And like, there's like this slow motion sequence at the end where Captain America did like a slow motion cork.
Isn't it Drew or something?
Oh yeah, that was Age of Ultron.
Yeah, Age of Ultron. That's what it was. It's so funny. I was just like, oh, that's a cork. Like, it's so unnecessary. But...
You're hilarious. That's funny.
Not wrong though. Like, where's the double cork?
Right?
Yeah,
like, I was
triple for
just
sure.
a cork. Like, why didn't they get him to do a double? Or, I mean, it just seems
Captain
so
fucking America. Like, do a quad cork on flat and you're nothing, bro. Like,
Like it's CGI
Regular
anyway.
humans could do
Like
triple. Superhuman should be able to.
do something spectacular that no one can do.
That
until it's
guy, Captain America, has no excuse to not do the craziest parkour in the world by far.
Yeah, that's
Like,
so
There's gotta be
We're
a fight
relating
scene
it
where
to
he
a
busts
superhero.
out like 10 swing through corks in a row and just like just that's it, just 10
Captain
swing throughs.
America, if he's not doing something new at the IMAX gap every single day, then he's nothing. Like, he's got to be coming up with something new every single day at the IMAX gap.
Yo,
he's
where's
like,
Captain Canada at though?
oh,
Tock?
who is that? Who's Captain Canada? Probably Mish.
It's probably Mish. Honestly, it's probably Mish. Funny, he spends most of his time in Hawaii, but you know, no
Right?
comment.
He's doubled enough superheroes
No,
to
why
be
this
one.
year for Mish? He was going to be there at the same time I was, but I think the COVID kind of scared him. I'm pretty sure. The restrictions.
Damn.
Fair enough. It was kind of stressful.
Yeah.
I'll have to get him on here
Do it.
and ask him why didn't go to Hawaii with Ben.
You chicken. I think you should call him out as a coward pre-interview,
Yeah.
and then just see what happens.
You coward.
Yeah, probably not a good idea.
Yeah, not great. Yeah, I want Mish to be my friend. He seems scary.
Seems like a good person to have on your good side, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Like he could probably just like clean jerk me and then like bench press me into the atmosphere. So that's kind of scary.
Yeah, no kidding. It definitely, like, when you think of a parkour athlete, hey, like, really, dude,
A
it's
parkour
crazy.
athlete. Yeah.
I think of Pedro Salgado.
Yeah,
I feel like he's like one of those older athletes that has stuck with like the same style and like not done weight training or like calisthenics so
Yeah.
much. He's actually just literally trained parkour like his whole life.
That dude has rockets on his legs.
And he's
Yeah.
old. That's the crazy
Yeah.
thing.
He's,
Anyway,
and he still looks like he's moving really well. So
I think he placed in the recent Red Bull comp. Like I think he got third.
wow.
I think he's like
yeah,
in his prime
the
right
speed
now.
thing.
Yeah, the speed style mashup.
Al Andulus or whatever.
Red Bull Allen Dallas. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know if that's how you say it, but I wish I could have gone. Jeez.
Yo, it was weird. I've been to that city where they held it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was like recognizing like just like some of the landmarks and stuff, and I was like, damn, why am I not there?
Jeez.
What did you guys think of that whole competition? Was it
Meh.
I didn't
like the
I didn't
format
even
of
watch it, bro.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of
it?
it.
You didn't? Wow, all the
Nah,
social
bro.
media you consume and you haven't seen that.
No.
Okay,
I
I saw,
didn't hear that it was happening until the day of, and I was like, "What? Since when was this like going on? Like
Yeah, I
Red
didn't
Bull Art
even-
of Motion? What?"
yeah, it was
I
kind of
Interesting.
The advertising was bad for it. I didn't even know what was happening.
Yeah, it was
until,
really
like,
bad.
it
Yeah.
happened.
It was very
Yeah.
quiet until the day of, basically.
Yeah.
Probably.
I wonder if they're trying to do like more and more like an art of motion in a country and trying to get like the country's media to cover it versus like doing one huge one every year because they're doing another one this year.
Mm.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
the main
well-
one or whatever.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I don't know if it's like the main one anymore or if they're just gonna like
Yeah.
do a bunch.
Well, this one was basically a speed comp, right? It had like you had
Yeah.
to do one flip in the line, whereas Art of Motion is pure style.
Wait, I was confused with that. I was like, why are you
I
guys
think
doing
that's kind of
flips?
weird to have like minimum, like you need to do one flip.
Yeah.
But if you're doing
That's
speed,
it.
like why do you need to do a flip if it's a speed comp?
That's sus, honestly. I didn't like that rule.
It'd be better just a pure speed.
Yeah.
Just do a speed comp and then do a style comp.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's the audience isn't gonna like no flips. It's like, bro, the dude did one side flip. How interesting is that? Like,
They're like
Yeah.
contradicting the whole idea of a speed competition by
Right.
like flipping there.
yeah,
Yeah, that's true. Hey, because if like they still give awards for like best trick, so someone might just like purposely go for best trick and not care
Right.
if they.
Scott.
Scott. Oh,
Oh my
what was
god.
that?
We both said Ed Scott.
Ed Scott.
Yeah, I believe he won that actually.
Yeah, he did. He just chucked a double cork in the middle of his speed run.
Oh,
Bro,
no.
I'd be
way.
too dizzy after that. Can you imagine you land a double cork? I can't run in a straight line after doing a double cork.
Right.
Man, he
Gives them
continued on
such
quick though.
loss.
Yeah, it was so fast. It's actually got like a cool skill to have, but it did feel a little strange as like it didn't feel like they had it fully sorted out to be ready for like a comp format.
I feel like it's kind of strange having Ed Scott in a speed competition, like primarily speed competition. I don't really see him as a speed athlete.
I mean, I guess with
pretty quick,
parkour
though.
athletes, I guess it's so niche that most parkour athletes sign up for everything.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
So, I mean, why not? If you're most of those guys, like if you're really good at flips, it's gonna help you out with your speed / parkour skills, and if you're really good at parkour skills and speed, it's gonna help you out with flips. So they all go hand in hand. Like the best athletes in the world, they're all gonna be well rounded. You know what I mean?
Except for
Like,
those like few people that are just like basically children of Team Farang, and all they do is like frisbees
oh,
and like DD rolls.
okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Like, I think of Jesse in speed, like throwing a flip. Like, it's so effortless for him to throw a flip and hit anything he does speed wise. So,
I mean, like, there's definitely some situations where, like, when your momentum's carrying through, I feel like there's some moments where it'd be ideal to do a flip, like a front flip drop, rather than taking like an actual height drop and like stopping and like doing the roll.
That's
and, like,
actually
taking
true, though.
impact.
That's actually true.
I feel like
yeah.
a front flip is definitely like the most efficient way.
Yeah.
Oh, for some things for sure.
It's just,
Yeah,
like
you'll
if you
actually
want to like
now.
flip pre-IMAX,
So I guess I was just kind of like contradicting my whole statement I was making.
that's
there
okay. That's why we have a
was it?
chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next thing. Parkour fashion. Is there any styles of over time that have stood out to you, or things that you think should come back, or maybe some styles you think should come into
My
parkour?
favorite, I wish, like, I gotta bring back those baggy sweatpants 100%.
Yes,
Like
I'm wearing them
trippy-
right now.
Triple XL.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
yo, if they
They're
aren't
cool.
covering your shoes, they aren't cool.
They're
cool.
right down where right down by the ankle. They're not covering my shoes, but they're just right down by my ankle.
No, I'm saying like
Sometimes
the
I cut them.
folds, like the folds from these pants should be covering your shoes. Like,
Yeah,
so that
completely.
the only reason when you land on a rail wearing those pants that your feet actually hit the rail is because your pants are just blowing back.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Bring it back, Ben.
We gotta do it. I gotta get
I
my
also like the tight. I like the small short, the short shorts for guys. I really like that look too.
I like those too.
I
Yeah.
really do. Some guys can pull it off and some don't want to. But
Cody pulls
I
them off.
really like
Guys.
it.
Anybody seen Cody?
Cody, I know. I was thinking of him. I said who could pull it off, and I thought of him instantly.
Cody's got the big
Holy,
bunda.
you got
Yeah,
this
well,
cake.
he's
I remember there was
Sure,
a
Cody.
student. Cody was doing a private session, and this student was like, he kept like slapping his ass. He was like, "Cody, you got that jelly butt. You got that jelly butt." And Cody
Oh
was
my
like,
god.
Got the recoil.
so
yeah,
funny.
that's Cody.
I was like, "Kid, I can't blame you. Like, honestly."
Yo, I mean, I think it's fair to say we've probably all slapped that ass.
I don't think I have.
Okay, but to actually answer your question, Tom, I want one thing back. Just one. I'm not asking for a lot here. I want Storm to start making those denim pants that they made again because I got one pair of them and they were the best pair of pants I've ever owned, and I wore them completely out. Those they were swaggy, they were comfortable, they were amazing to train in. They looked.
Really, the black denim that you had?
Yeah,
I
want
know
those back. I
you wore them
really want those back.
everywhere. You did. I love them. I love them. How you rocked them. They looked really good on you. They weren't baggy.
Oh,
That's
shucks. Thank you.
Okay, for my answer for the fashion question, I think overall, like the last year, or I guess thrifting is kind of like trendy now, considered trendy, but I was on it before the wave, of course. So I just like consciously try to make an effort to like not support like fast fashion and that kind of things. So I just like to like thrift my clothing, get like the baggier kind of fits. I really like baggier pants, just like not even sweatpants, just like normal like canvas pants, that kind of thing. And then I just like cut off the bottoms, make them all flowy and whatnot. Kind of like very influenced by like skate style and that kind of stuff.
Keep up.
Yeah, I was just gonna mention that Keepa, all those guys, a little bit too baggy sometimes for me, but all their stuff is really cool.
Can't even tell how many arms they have at some point. You're like, yo, you can have 4 arms, and I would not know.
Like when they're twisting, their shirt is like quadruple XL, like in like width. It's insane. Right? Like it's just all over the place.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, so true. Justin does that. He wears like triple or double XLs.
Oh yeah, he wears huge shirts.
Justin pulls it off.
Yeah, he totally does.
He does.
It. Yeah.
Swag meister.
How important do you think the clothing style is for like making someone's movement look better or look good? Do you think it plays that much of
definitely,
especially
honestly,
the shoes?
In some shots, when I film clips, I'm like, oh man, I wish my shirt was brighter, so you could see me better, like going across the screen. I think just more color-wise, some shots look better with different colored clothing. But in terms of like actually making your movement look good, maybe the baggy sweatpants, you can use it as a tool to make your flow and stuff look a bit better, but definitely not by a lot.
Just because it adds like some motion when you're not moving.
It does though, yeah. It like glides and whatever. Adds some spunk.
Like a body line.
I think right now Store is like the whole team is like a really good example of how clothing and like different cuts can make like your movement look different, because they're all on like a really like they're all on kind of the same level with their stuff right now, just because like they wear all like their own merch or whatever. But I think everything that they wear is really suited to parkour right now, like kind of style that they're after.
Yeah, agreed. I think it's one of those things where obviously it doesn't change the quality of the movement. Like if somebody does a triple cork in like just tight shorts, and then somebody does a triple cork in like super baggy clothes, it was a triple cork either way. Like it doesn't really matter, but I think especially with making videos, it can completely change the vibe of a video depending how people dress.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah, give it like.
Agreed.
I mean, like saying like some styles are, especially and right now in parkour, they are more like skate style look, and videos will then have that more of a skate vibe to them.
Yeah, that fisheye lens and like some bucket hats.
Yeah, I totally dress for the sport. I totally do.
It takes me like hours beforehand to pick my outfits before training. It takes me so long to find
Ben's
my Adidas short and my ripped shirt.
Yeah, I said.
Yo, Ben, I also know you have those NASA shorts though.
Oh, the NASA shorts.
Oh, the NASA ones. Yeah, I like those ones.
And like, there's that stripy pair as well.
Oh no, what did I do?
Oh yeah, like colorful
I
stripy
did
pair.
something bad.
You know the ones I'm talking about, right? Those are
Yeah.
memorable shorts. Yeah,
You
no,
told
Ben
me
pulls
about
up to
the
the
stripes.
jam in those shorts, and I'm like, damn, let's
Yeah.
throw down. I'm like, let's go.
Yeah, those are. I still wear those sometimes.
Hell yeah.
It's a vibe though. It has to fit the occasion.
That's fair. That's fair.
I hear you.
Yeah, not just for any day.
Oh, man.
Yeah, definitely not.
This is getting back, I guess, to social media a little bit, but how important do you think long format videos are, like like Roof Culture or Soul Destroyer? How important do you think those are to like influencing the parkour culture?
Oh man.
Do you think those types of videos should be encouraged more? Like more people should aim for that? Or do you think
Definitely.
people should stick to the Instagram?
I mean, yeah, regardless of, if you think they should be encouraged or not, like Roof Culture Asia definitely like changed my life in terms of just looking at the mental process these athletes go through, and it's crazy to see their perspectives in like a long format video like that. I love watching. My favorite parkour videos to watch are behind the scenes videos, where it's just pretty raw of just the whole mental experience going behind a certain jump or line. I remember Giles did those for a while. I really like those. I can easily watch all of them again. Super entertaining.
Yeah, Store's really good for that. Hey, like they've definitely done some just of their like weekly videos where they're showing all this like prepping their lines and everything. And then they actually show like the 2-minute action edit they get from it.
Yeah.
I love it. I like that style.
So you see the whole process.
I'm a little 50-50 on whether like the long format stuff is good for parkour commercially. Because I don't think like those long form videos, there's a very niche audience. Like if you want to spread parkour to as many people as possible, hop on TikTok and start trying to make like legitimate parkour lines go viral.
Yeah.
That's probably the way you're going to reach the most people. Releasing a film on like Vimeo that costs $10 is going to get like what, 20,000 views or something like that.
But yeah, I mean, it's good for the community, like the community sense. But if you're talking about like growing the vision, it's like, using like Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff is gonna be better.
What if when you compare it to like say mixed martial arts, like UFC, you have your pay-per-view, you can watch this event, which is long form, or you can see highlights of it later, the 10-second, 30-second clips.
Okay, so I think this can kind of go back and forth with parkour, but like for newer people to parkour, or like whatever example you're using, like fighting, I think whoever's newer to that medium or like sport or whatever, I think it's better to get the shorter form so they can just get like the instant whatever and like see what it's all about, see the best stuff, so that they could potentially get further interested and like pursue like watching more of that. And then I think for the long form content, it's a lot better for the people who are actually like active in the communities and like actively like building on their skills or whatnot.
Yeah, like I think the long form is like good for the culture, but maybe doesn't do as much for spreading the sport commercially or like in the broader public.
The long form content is definitely a lot more I guess rewarding to see as like someone who's been in the community for a while.
It feels more like it feels more authentic too, because
Yeah.
like with the long form stuff, you can actually like understand a piece of like the culture of it, versus like you watch an Instagram clip and you saw some jumps, you didn't see parkour culture in any way, really.
Right. Totally.
Interesting. I have a different take on it. If we do the mixed martial arts way, so mixed martial arts, I would pay for the pay-per-view. I want to see all the moves and all the hits and all this and like, kind of thing. So at the end of it, I just want to know who won. Now, who won? Okay, I could see that kind of thing. I don't really need to see the hit. Okay, I heard this, I heard that. Okay, the Silva leg, kind of thing. Okay, I kind of imagine what that would look like. But for parkour, for me, it was like the little clips first, and then it was the longer play video now. So, like, that's just my experience with it. Now I just want to watch longer play video all the time.
Right.
Agreed.
I guess, now, because someone like you has been in the parkour community for a while now, so
It's true,
you're gonna, I mean, the longer you're in it, like, I like watching the longer form content now as well, for sure. And I think it's good to, I don't know, even for new people, watching a longer form content like that can definitely give you an idea of culture in the sport.
Do you think that could happen, like a pay-per-view with all like whoever said athletes, and you watch them like put down lines for 3 hours or whatever?
I mean, it's already almost, I guess, like Origin, NAPC. I would pay to watch that 100%. I love watching NAPC. It's like one of my favorite.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah,
I watched the entire thing. Like, I love
Yeah.
That event is so well covered too.
Yes, agreed.
It always has been.
Like, I tune in
Good call, Ben.
so much every year to watch that. Unfortunately, not this year, but I would 100% pay like $60 to watch NAPC.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I think what you recorded or just uploaded or whatever, like to get all that information too afterwards, so you can go back and watch it over and over and over again.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
I'll just go back and watch old NAPCs. Like
that's great. Yeah.
Videos. Sometimes I'll just literally go back and watch the entire thing.
I might just do that. I'm gonna write that.
Christy, what you were saying about like paying to watch people just make lines for a few hours, like there's definitely teams already doing that, but they just do it through like Patreon, and it's you just pay and you get all the additional like live streams, and it'll be like Keelan and Mark's being like, we're going live at 10, and then they train for a few hours. Yeah,
I'm not on Patreon. I thanks for that. I had no idea.
Not either, but I think that stuff's already starting to happen. It's just not in like such a broad, like there's one way everybody's doing it. Like Storer kind of does it, but they're doing it through like Join.
Right.
Yeah, I just watched the Tom got me all hooked up on the Monday night drops, and it's awesome. I love the connections and lines and all that stuff. I'm addicted again. It's sad. No, check that stuff out, maybe.
Yeah, I haven't like signed up for the Modus stuff, but it seems like they're putting a lot of effort into it.
Yeah, they are. I see them out there, on their Instagram.
So with these, like, speaking of big events and, things maybe being able to move into like pay-per-view or charging to watch things more in the future, do you think that parkour will actually one day get to a point that athletes can live off of being athletes? At least comparable to like something like skateboarding?
Oh, comparable to skateboarding?
It just needs a lot more time to build on itself and snowball.
Yeah, it needs a lot more time, I feel like. Right now, it's still so much smaller than skateboarding. It's ridiculous. Like, will there ever be a day where like parkour parks or whatever is like remotely as popular as skate parks? You know what I mean?
Even here, right? Like we have how many skate parks? There's like almost one in every neighborhood.
Yeah, right. So skateboarding did a really good job, and
Yeah, they do.
like I don't even know how they did that, but it worked. Whatever they did, it really worked.
I mean, they're so early on with their videos, but their competitions are so popular too, right?
Mm,
Like they have
yeah.
them pretty frequently, and different, companies will host their own, and that's a huge part of it, right? Of having these competitions and these high-end athletes coming out from that.
And having like Ninja Warrior like leapfrog over here for parkour. Fuck happened there?
Oh, actually, though, that one kind of hurts.
Yeah.
That's what I think about that. I'm like, really? This like game show?
I mean, that's what it is, right? It is a game show. It's not like
You're
a
so suddenly
competition. Like,
dissing all these like Ninja Warriors right now, Christy. Calling it a game show.
I know when you break it down to them and you say it's a game show at the end, it is. You gotta hit the button and who got there
Yeah.
first, you get a big
It really
prize.
is.
But hey, I really liked watching Wipeout too. Like that was hilarious.
Dude, that was my dream. Getting on Wipeout and
right?
winning that easy 50K. Oh my god. Easy.
Yo, actually, though,
I just don't want to go head over feet though.
Man, that would have been good.
just like pretend to be like super uncoordinated so you can get on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh my gosh, yes.
Just clean it.
I think I enjoyed Wipeout until I watched like several hours of it, like doing some day camp where like all the kids were just like, let's watch fails. And I was like, okay, here we go again.
It was so fun.
It's always the try not to laugh
Oh, no.
videos for me.
Yeah.
Oh my
At the summer
gosh.
camps.
I can't at some point. I can't.
after a while,
I just
yeah.
vetoed them. I'm like, nope, today we're watching parkour videos.
Yeah, they always wanted
Yeah.
to watch like parkour chases, like security versus parkour. Like that's all they want to
Or
watch.
parkour fail compilations.
No,
Oh
thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Compilations, no.
They never wanted to see the good stuff. Like, why don't kids want to see the good stuff? They just want to see the people eating shit.
No. Like there's channels for that too, right?
Oh my god. Occasionally I'd show them like a video from somebody that like worked at Serratus. And they'd be like, no way. That's not you. That's not whoever. I'm like, yep. I know.
Yeah, that's actually funny. Most because as like coaches in parkour, usually I do a pretty bad job of like showing most of my students like what my actual training looks like. You know,
They have no idea.
A lot of the time they don't respect me at all, and then like it'll take like a few cool things to do for them to respect me, and then they'll finally listen to some degree.
Yeah, and then
like
there's
that.
a few kids that just don't give a shit ever. And
Yeah, they
just
just
like,
don't
okay.
care at all.
It's
Yeah.
just a drop off for them.
They're just like, do you play Fortnite though? Oh no, never mind.
That's totally true.
Yeah,
There are the
they're just
Fortnite
trying to
and the
find their way
Minecraft kids.
to,
Tom, I'm sorry. I derailed your question again. I'm doing bad with that, man.
What was it?
The question?
Yeah.
Just parkour will ever get to that point where like athletes
The skateboarding, yeah.
making a living off of
I legitimately think it will, but I agree with Ben that it just needs a lot more time.
Okay, but most skateboarders, like to make it in skateboarding, I feel like it's about like it's very rare. Like there's not many people that have made it in skateboarding like to make like a decent living. Like most skateboarders that are pros are usually like bums, right? Like
True.
I think like there's Nigel Houston, he's like a millionaire. It's like I know
like,
him.
only one.
Yeah, it's like
Tony Falcon.
Yeah.
You can make a video game.
But yeah, like
or
the day where where there's like a lot of people like Dom, like I think that's going to be a really long time, because not only do you have to have the skill, you have to have like I think the personality helps, and the marketing, right? Personality, marketing, and the skill. A lot of people really like Dom. Yeah, genetics. Really like Dom's personality. Like he's known for just sending it and not really giving a fuck. You know, he just like has that Aussie full send attitude. There's tons of people. There's like tons of like memes and jokes about him, right? So he's done a good job getting to where he's at. You know.
Oh yeah.
But
Also, he's like incredibly obsessive. Like you hear him talk about challenges, and he'll be like, "Yes, I've been practicing this challenge in my head for 2 years." Like it takes a very particular type of personality to actually manage to do that for long enough that it becomes a career.
Yeah.
oh, did you see? Yeah, I mean, exactly. Like he's just like made parkour a career. You know, it's like for most people, even if you have the skill and you're way better than Dom, you know, you gotta have all the things lining up for it to work out financially. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
In terms of, yeah, I don't know, if you just want to be like a sponsored athlete or whatever, that doesn't seem like it's too hard. And getting like a few free trips here and there, but making a steady income is a whole different story.
He might have his own agendas too, you know, like he just might want to be the first billionaire parkour person, athlete, whatever. So like,
I want to see him double side pre IMAX. As soon as he does that, I quit.
With a monkey movement tack something. Watch him get into monkey movement after that. She's like, I'm not doing anything big anymore, just like little moves.
I mean, eventually, I feel like you will get to that point if you've been doing big shit your whole parkour whatever career. Eventually, you just don't really care that much.
Yeah.
Because you've already done everything.
Yeah. What else? Yeah.
Did you all see Renee Scavengton's? I don't know how to say his last name, but his post. What was it, Tom?
Isn't it? It's Scavengton, right? Was that
Scavengton? Is that what it is? Anyway, his post about being basically he was like, you have 10 years from whenever you start. Like you can start at like 50, you can start at 20, but if you're like training parkour hard, you're gonna like progress like naturally and get stronger for 10 years, and then it's kind of gonna die off. That was like basically his point, and I was like,
I don't
know, man.
I don't know if like plateaus work like that. But what do I know?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I mean, yeah, because it's like how much can like your body keep getting better, you know?
Yeah, like how much impact can you take? How many years of impact can you take before like the things like little injuries and the maintenance to stay strong is going to hold you back from progressing with your parkour? Maybe not progressing from getting stronger, but it's going to like hold you back from being like doing bigger jumps or like bigger flips.
You could actually be a better athlete at the end of the 10 years physically, but mentally you're not, right? You're actually a worse athlete. Or like stay the same.
And yeah, exactly.
The longer you train too, the more you have to train to keep getting better.
I would agree with that.
At first, you train once a week.
Yeah.
And you just started it. You're going to notice huge increases every time you train. Just because your starting point is 0, right? But now, 10 years in, think of everything you would have done by that point. And if you're not training, every day, to dial something in, it's going to be super hard. Your progress is going to be like 0.01% out of the whole, right?
Right.
Whereas when you start every session, you're gaining like
I mean,
another
like, just
100%.
you can like just think of like even like Ben and Rylan when we started. Like, think about the first 4 years of your training, even 5 years, and like compared what you were the first year to the third year and the third year to the fifth year.
Right.
Yeah.
Neither of those jumps are even kind of comparable. You're a different
Not even
human,
close.
right?
Yeah.
Or like even take a kid that's in your class for
Right.
12 weeks. You got a 12-week session. Like, you'll see kids go from like jumping,
Sure.
landing, and taking the full force of the impact with their head just bobbling to like actually be able to jump and land on their feet or something like that, right? It's like it's
Sure.
completely changed.
Mhm.
The
Yeah.
progress is so fast at the beginning.
Yeah. 100.
Plus,
So many different aspects there.
there's actually, I was just listening to another podcast today about martial arts and saying, when you start focusing on a wide variety, like MMA people, you start focusing on striking, your grappling gets a little bit worse.
Yeah.
And that's just how it is with parkour too. But there's so many aspects to it, right? Like, you start focusing on rock climbing more, getting your climbing better. Well, you're not doing flips now, or you're not doing your vaults as much.
Right.
So now
Right,
that's just like going to be a little bit worse because you haven't trained it in the last couple weeks. Like,
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
constant battle.
And also, I would say for like, I think it's pretty fair to say this for all of us at this point. Like, we're all into like such a wide variety of movement that there's no possible chance you're going to like progress, even in every aspect of parkour that you train. Because we all do some tricking, we all do some parkour, we all do some climbing, like we all do some free running. That's already like 4 things. And what everybody here is doing, like what, 1 or 2 sessions a week of like training parkour,
Maybe.
and like maybe more, I don't know, but like it's not enough to progress fast in even 2 of those. Never mind the fact that we're probably all doing calisthenics some, and like some of us are lifting as well. And then there's things like yoga and slacklining, and like the list is way too long at some point. And like the more skills you develop, the harder it is to maintain them all.
Right.
Some of them build on each other
It's
sure,
a constant conditioning. That's what it is. To do the sport that you love, it's a constant conditioning.
Some things build though, like for sure, like slacklining. Like if I didn't do parkour, slacklining would be way harder. I'd have to spend way more time to be any good at it. And like if I didn't do tricking to any extent, then my free running would be way worse.
Yeah.
But still, it's so much, you just can't keep on building indefinitely.
The good thing, if there's like, newer athletes to parkour listening to this, is that because when you're new, you can still try to train everything and you will still see progression.
Yeah.
Up to a point.
I think you can keep on progressing, and this was part of like Renee's point. He was like, here are some ways to progress after 10 years. I think that was basically the video. But it requires a different type of focus.
Yeah, it does.
Like I feel like I progressed like as a younger athlete by just going out and training, which is funny to say because I've only been training for 7 years. But even compare like year 4 to like year 7, if I like really want to get my precision jumps good, I got to work on them for like a month.
Right.
Like that just has to be my focus for quite a while. Versus like when you're starting out, you go outside and you see a new precision jump you've never done before, and you start working on it, and you're gonna like get it by the end of the session.
Yeah. But that's just because now at this point, like year 7 for you, you are at that, like you're on that high end now where it has to be thin.
Yeah, the new precisions are so big that if you mess them up, you're completely fucked. So
exactly. So it keeps like the level keeps getting pushed. It keeps getting harder and harder. It's like exponential energy put into and time and focus to achieve these next steps.
It almost gets more satisfying, I'd say, though, because like when I hit a new challenge now, it's like it's a lot bigger of a deal than like Ben, you remember this. I would make lists of challenges and we would just go around and hit every challenge on the list until it was done.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I had a bunch of challenges on it. Now I'll be like, today I'm gonna go out and train. I'm just gonna try to do one new thing. Doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
That's it. Just a new thing. And I'm talking like I added like a coffee grinder into my lazy vault. Okay.
You read my mind.
It's actually a sick move. Like you should do it. But yeah.
It's so funny. I was just playing around in the backyard and I'm like, oh, a coffee grinder. Haha, that would look good here. And I just did it. I'm like, yeah, it works. And
you start to spin, you do the coffee grinder, keep on spinning, and then lazy vault the other side out, and it's just, it feels delicious.
So,
I feel like I talked for a really long time there. Sorry.
We're almost 2 hours in, and that's like pretty much an hour and a half on Tyrion. So no.
Somebody should have muted me. Damn.
It was a good talk, Tyrion. I liked it.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, no, it's good to hear some opinions on that stuff. Like I feel like a lot of the stuff you asked, Tom, is stuff that we think about, but when we're out training, we don't talk about it very much because we're training.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, totally.
So it's nice to hear people's opinions on stuff.
I like
it's good
conversation. Do you have any more questions, Tom?
No, I am fresh out.
Oh.
How long was that? Like 2 hours?
Yeah, we're at something like an hour and 50 minutes.
Good.
Pretty solid
Juicy
episode.
stuff in there. Nice.
Thanks.
So, should we call it there?
Yeah.
Let's call it.
Yeah, I got nothing else to add on.
Okay, then we'll do a fake goodbye right now.
Bye.
We can all hang on for a minute after.
Stay swaggy, cube podcasters.
Cubesters.
Cubesters? I don't know.
Cubecasters.
Somebody name you. Somebody name our followers. It's anyone out there, anyone listening. Doesn't have to be today.
We'll find a name.
All right. Well,
comment if you got a name.
And follow us and like and comment on all the channels, right, Tom?
Yeah. With how does it work with podcasts? I guess rating it. Commenting on that. YouTube's a big one. Subscribe. Comment on that video.
If you go on to thesagemovement.net, you can use the code CubeCast10.
Yeah.
Get 10%.
Or any of these guys will have their codes too. You can follow them and get their codes.
Yeah.
Follow me. Don't follow these other goons. My code is better. Don't tell them.
Jeez.
I love that. It's great.
All right, then, everyone listening or watching, thanks for tuning in here, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.
See you next week.
Bye.